Hello and welcome to YASSERTV. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back. Back for another stream. And yeah, man, I thought we'd do just like that, could just chat in stream. Do you know what I'm saying? Have a chat with the chat. And yeah, man, do a little preview as well for the Club World Cup game tomorrow against PSG. And yeah, man, and probably go over some transfers and that kind of thing, innit? So, like I said, make sure you're hitting the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and share the video. Do you know what I mean? Share the video. So I'm gonna be putting the live on Twitter, and there's 3 people currently in the building. Just make sure you're hitting the likes. Don't be greedy. Do you know what I mean? Don't be greedy. And yeah, man, the game tomorrow is gonna be. Yeah, man, I can't wait for the game tomorrow. I'm not necessarily like worried, innit? Because I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, you're gonna get cooked" and whatever. I'm not really worried, bro. Big up Ravi, man. Yeah, I'm not that worried, man. I don't know, for some reason. Let me get rid of this. Where is it? Yeah, for some reason, a lot of people keep saying, "Oh, this, and that," but I have to remind people like this is not. This is Chelsea, bro. Like, there's a lot of times in history, in recent history, for us specifically, where we have been undermined, or we weren't, or we were the underdogs. The Barca, when we played Barca, no one thought we'd beat them. When we played Bayern Munich at their home ground in the final, no one thought we'd beat them. Man City in the final, no one thought we'd beat them. So I'm a bit more optimistic. I mean, it's PSG, and their playing style is wild, and like, if you really watch their football, it's crazy. Big up Dunsey, big up the Real King as well. Yeah, man, it's one of those where when you do watch their games, they have specific ways of playing. They kick out the ball as soon as the game starts, and then they all press you. Dembele constantly presses you. Their midfield is elite. Do you know what I mean? Sick midfield. But you have to find something, innit? You have to find some sort of way of beating them. Do you know what I mean? No one's unbeatable. One of the Brazilian teams, I think it's Botafogo, beat them. When Arsenal beat them at the time, they weren't really, their whole system didn't click. Remember, they were so low on the Champions League table. They had to beat City to stay in the Champions League. Now, am I looking down on them as in, yo, listen, easy win and that? Nah, no way. Do you know what I mean? But we have to find a way to beat them. Do you know what I mean? And I think one of the ways would be to play long balls, innit? You know what I mean? Do more long balls and like exploit some of the spaces Hakimi and Mendes leave. Like, we have to find a way. Yes, obviously Hernandez has left. He was supposed to be here to the end of the Club World Cup and then move, but because he got the red card, he got a 2-game ban. Pacho has also had a 2-game ban. They basically went straight on holiday, and so obviously they're going to be playing different players in those positions. And Hernandez is not even a starter, and even if you look at the players that we have, yeah, there's battles everywhere. There's the Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo battle in midfield with Vitinha and João Gomez. You have the battle of Hakimi with Cucurella. You have the battle of Mendes with Reece James. Like, there's so much like things in the game that can turn out the way we turn out. Like, this is the thing though. You can't make stupid mistakes against PSG. They will punish you. So you have to make sure that we don't make stupid mistakes in it, because that's what's gonna hurt us the most. Do you know what I mean? That's what's gonna hurt us the most. 1 second. I'm just doing this. How do you stop PSG? You know what it is, yeah? Obviously, you have to have quality. You have to have a set level quality of players. So it's not just about. It's not just because the thing is, yeah, we we love playing. We are good on the counter. So like playing counter attacking football for us is not a problem. Do you know what I mean? We are dangerous if we play direct football. But if we were able to keep the ball as well, we have players that can hurt them. We just have to take our chances when they come. Do you know what I mean? I think from the time when we started, I think the end of the season when we had those run of games where we had to get top four, moving on from there onwards, our mentality's been good. We conceded early against Sevilla. Was it Sevilla? No, Real Betis, sorry. In the final, we still, kept pushing through and won the game. We went all the way to the end when it came to the top four battle. Do you know what I'm saying? Still winning and still making sure that we end up there. And yeah, man, we've played good football as well in the Club World Cup. People say that our running was easier and stuff like that, but that's what happens in competitions, bro. In these kind of competitions, that's what happens. You get easier. Do you know what I mean? You get easier like oppositions and that. But then again, the Brazilians weren't easy either, bro. They were a lot more direct and stuff like that. Big up AFC always. My guy Zay. Where he said, listen, Omar done you dirty on that thumbnail. He put pink lips on your... I don't know if it's the filter or something, yeah. But he done you dirty, bro. Yeah, I think it's on his channel. I don't know what preview or something or what game or what thing you done, bro. He's done you dirty there, man. I can't lie. I reckon PSG squeezes out come 2-1. You know what it is, yeah? I want to play these teams, innit? Because it gives you a good base of... I can get an idea of where my club's at, where the team's at, where the tactics are at with the manager. Like, a lot of people always are scared to play these teams for some reason. Yo, no, I just wanted Real Madrid. It would have been easier. If only I got Real Madrid. You can't always fluke yourself to the final. When you get to the final, you have to play. You have to play. And I think my team is better than a lot of people give credit to, even individually. Like some of the players we have individually, bro, our midfield can go against their midfield. Do you know what I mean? I think they can. I'm not saying they're way better than them or they're on their level, but I think we can get on there, bro. Caicedo's one of the best DMs in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? If we are their things organized, but this is the difference of actually having ballers in your team, bro. That's the thing about PSG. They're unpredictable, but they have ballers in their team. Their midfield is not one of them just Declan Rice in midfield who just runs around and that can't do anything on the ball. They have proper ballers. Do you know what I mean? So if you have proper ballers, even if something's going on in the system or you get pressed, they know how to get out of that press. Do you know what I mean? They have individual quality that they don't fully rely on the system to just help them out every time. But bro, I've seen some stuff and bro, like their tactics is crazy. They press you from the first minute because they know that it takes teams like 10 minutes to get used to the opposition. And we also have that issue. We kind of usually just get pressed for like 10 minutes and that. We kind of figure out the team we're playing against and then we move some stuff around and then we start playing our football so that we can take it. It's almost like we're trying to control the game to our tempo, if that makes sense. And if we do that, we can get punished, bro. From what I've seen, yeah, what's it called? From what I've seen, we have to... we cannot make dumb mistakes, bro. We can't make dumb mistakes. I'm good, bro. Yeah, man, you've played them. You know what it is? Your team showed us that there's certain ways of... you can get around PSG. There are slight ways of getting out of PSG, like playing long balls. They leave that space out where Mendes goes forward. You can kind of push a winger a bit in there because they basically say, you know what? Pacho can rely on, can sort that space out that we leave over there. The problem is there's no Pacho this time. I forgot who the other guy is that covers, but we'll have a look. We'll have a look at that in a bit. Big up TTM, my brother. You know, King. Yeah, he's a fraud. I think it's the field. Yeah. I looked at the photo. I was thinking, nah, man, you can't do him like that. Chelsea's hard to beat because your midfield is cold and your press is pretty organised. I think these are your best qualities, and PSG outshines you in those qualities. Yeah, they've also finally. You know what it is about this? I think I heard Enrique speak about it recently. Yeah, all these managers that play complicated systems and that, like a Xabi Alonso, the Pep types, and all those managers. At first, they tried to get you to even United's manager, even though he's a bit fraudulent recently, but when he's doing the whole thing at Sporting, when they play their systems, yeah, it's a weird thing where they have all these positions they want you to be in, and if everything doesn't work well, it just messes up. Everything's messed up, and if the system's down, you just go downhill. And until everything has fully clicked, that's when we've seen them go from low on the Champions League table, man, everyone wanting him out, to just flying and just slapping everyone. And the thing that's so much dangerous about that front line of them is that all of them interchange. So it's not like you can just say, you know what, I got this guy now. I got him in my pocket because he's like, you know what, maybe I ain't got this guy's number. Let me go over to the left wing. You know, Kvara come right wing, and now you got to deal with Kvara as a fullback. Do you know what I mean? So it is very different. But this is my thing, and this is why I'm a bit more confident. We have a different attack now in terms of we have a Delap and we have the João Pedro. A bit more clinical than the Jacksons. Not a bit, but you get the point. I haven't seen enough of Pedro and Delap to say that in the big game they're going to do something for me in my team. But they're supposed to be more clinical than Jackson. As in, I'm a bit more confident with my front line. Pedro Neto has been different in this Club World Cup. Who else? Palmer. He's usually steps you up in finals and big games, so hopefully I can see something in there. Not all big games, but because usually the 10s disappear and that. But we'll see what he did here. He did what he did in the in the Conference League final, but we'll see what he does in this one. Do you know what I mean? I want to see something. They've managed to get 2 red cards. 2 of their players are not there. We need to take an opposition. The way they defended against Arsenal was just perfect. Yes, but I also don't necessarily rate Arsenal's midfield. Do you know what I mean? I rated Partey, and that's the only one I rate in their midfield. Do you know what I mean? You can call me a hater, bro, but I don't rate Declan Rice. I think maybe just defending and sweeping up is good, but everything else, he always had that ball striking from West Ham. Everyone here probably remembers the time where he hit a volley from outside the box, or half volley, or had a shot. That's it. He can't carry the ball like he did at West Ham because they don't really play on the counter. So he doesn't get all that space to run into like what he used to do before. So he's just there, passing sideways, or hiding behind his man. Do you know what I mean? So this is why I thought not having... I think it was at the time it was Gabriel. Gabriel was injured. And Timber was playing injured. Do you know what I mean? It's that team, I easily said, yeah, they'll slap them, bro. And they have no attackers. So, yeah. But I understand people watched that Real Madrid game, and if you watched the Real Madrid game, you saw that they literally gave them 2 goals. So you've already lost. Like, you know that it's a climb to beat PSG, but if you give them 2 goals, that's probably becomes a problem. Hey, listen, I was trying to be respectful to you, man. I didn't want you to think that I'm just cussing out your team kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But Ruben, I've said about Ruben that he should have just played like the Tuchel thing in January and just got himself to the end of the season, and then now he could have sold the players that were good and the players that are bad move on. But I don't know what he's on, bro. I have a feeling that he might be one of the first few managers that might get sacked. Because not seeing the signings, not seeing anything, bro. I don't know what's going on. I think Cunha is a very good addition, and I think he'll be good with what's his name? With Xerxes. It'll be a good link up, and he can play. He can go forward, and so I think it's good, man. This is the thing, man. You just pray you get real ballers in your team, because otherwise everyone's just gonna want Hoyland type players, bro, to play up front. I think João Pedro is going to be so cold for you, man. Like, I see him as the exact same attacker as Cunha with a very similar temperament as well. Yeah, bro. I'm starting to get a little bit worried about these angry strikers, bro. They get me? Because my bro, Jackson, he just gets red card in games you don't want him to get red card. Even though I had Costa. I used to have Costa, but Costa knew how to go, how to push the boundaries. Like, he was always on the edge of the line and not get a card. But a lot of the times he would get a card. But if you score the goals and then get sent off, no one cares because you done something in the game. You don't supposed to get sent off 4 minutes in your... as soon as you come on 4 minutes done, you get sent off. Do you know what I mean? I know. No. Pedro, listen, his debut was brazy. As in, I thought he was like a Jackson on steroids. As in, he can do a lot of things well, but then his finishing's a bit wet off, innit? So far, he had a very good game, especially that game where he scored 2 goals against Fluminense, and that's good. But I want to see him. I want to see more of him in the Prem and that. And if he keeps this consistent, this is the problem. We got scarred by Jackson because we thought Jackson was actually, he turned it around. He turned the page. I think beginning of the season, yeah. And then what he done was at some point we started to realize that it was a purple patch. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to see, you start realizing over time, okay, this is not a purple patch. This is not a purple patch. You know what I'm saying? He's doing well. But yeah, man, I'm happy. But this is why I was always saying, get the profiles, man. Forget the names. It's not always about the big name. Bro, you get the big name. We got Lukaku, bro, and we knew how that turned out. I hear you, bro. Tactically, they did Arsenal so dirty. None of them got time on the ball for the full 90. I feel like I ain't seen someone dominate Arsenal like that. Because Arsenal, when they do have the ball and whatever, they can actually play football. Like, we've seen what they done in Real Madrid and that. When they on it, they can play football and that. But a lot of the times, when you start playing in a certain way and you're not doing the football thing around them, they just can't. They don't have answers for it. If it clicks, it's well. But if it don't click, you never know, innit, with that team, bro. I've got my agenda locked and loaded for the October manager, but reports say Wilcox didn't want Amorim and he's the DF now. Yeah, I remember that. Not everyone was really on the Amorim thing. You're right. Not everyone was on the Amorim thing. Yeah. Pedro ain't on Jackson's thing. He's different. Yes. Yeah, I think when we started seeing them, the way they play and that, you know what I mean? I didn't even want to rate the Ute, but when he dunked on us, I was forced to see the real. I'm just trying to see him outshine the lap, potentially. Bro, man said potentially. You know, that's crazy, you know. Potentially a colour thing. I like the lap though. A lot. He made my man look better, you know, I can't lie. Sanchez. Because every time he tried to kick that ball in the air, bro, every time he tried to kick that ball in the air, he can hold the ball up and that. Whatever. I just think, obviously, him getting sent off has managed to give Pedro an opportunity to play and show his qualities. And yeah, man, I'm trying to see more than that. Like, listen, whoever's better, I want both of them to shine. If one of them don't shine, like BBK is asking me about my money and that, then we'll potentially have one of them for sale soon, in the next 2 years, bro. Make sure you got the money, you know what I'm saying? Save up the money so you can spend it. Yo, big up my guy Duke, man. Hope you're doing well, bro. Yeah, I'm good. I just thought I'd do a little stream because I haven't been doing a lot of streams in it, so I thought I got a bit of time, so let's do something. Do you know what I mean? Big up BBK as well. Hope you're doing well. Listen, let me just get into this, innit? Because the whole Madueke thing, yeah. I'll come back to the whole. I'm just gonna go with the chat now, yeah. We'll do like I'll do my starting 11 and that on I'll get the lineup build out. We'll do a quick starting 11 as well to see who starts and that. With this Madueke thing, yeah, I don't think as a backup Madueke is bad in it. My thing is, if you start him, if okay, if Arteta thinks he can like change his life and change him to a certain player and slap him at left wing, it's a problem, innit? If you, because the same thing you tried to do with the Havertz thing, let's play Havertz in the 8 and that, you're doomed. If he just plays him as backup to Saka, I don't think that's bad, innit? And you guys will realize that it's not as bad as you actually think. And with the way Saka's going, you don't know how he's gonna come back from his injury, how much time it's gonna be. You want someone that's a bit closer to him, innit? In his levels, but or someone on his level. But then if you get someone that is on like a Saka level right now, he might not want to be sitting on the bench, innit? That's why Mbeumo never really came, even though he wants United first. If he was gonna come, he wasn't gonna sit on the bench for Saka anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to get someone. You know what I'm saying? You got MADUEKE, bro, and we always sell well, so you get your negotiations up. You can't just be losing money left, right, and center. Do you know what I'm saying? Pay the right money. And this, when it comes to the way you pay it, a lot of these teams now are selling players based on their market value. Yeah, Madueke is an England international. He is 23 years old. He's still young. There might be a potential. I think he can still get better if he sorts out his, what do they call it, final third stuff. Like if he sorts his final third, you're gonna be good. These things are coachable, bro. I do know that he looks unorthodox when he runs and dribbles. His feet are a bit wide and that penguin. Cool, but I don't think it. Bro. Other than that, you're kind of doomed. But because I don't trust the manager, innit? I can't see the manager doing something great with him. That's my thing, innit? If he plays left wing, you're doomed. That's all I'm saying. He's only played a couple games left wing. And the best game I've seen him play left wing was Liverpool. And they already won the league at that point. So, do you know what I mean? Big up my guy Rashid, Make sure you like it, the video, and subscribe to my guy Rashid. Do you know what I'm saying? His link to his channel is in the description. Do you know what I mean? He's in the description. That's my brother. Big up AJ. Do you know what I'm saying? AJ from my guy currently in Saudi praying to get a striker, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's in Saudi. Ya Allah, please, man. I got Thierry Henry on the right. Can I get Gyökeres? That's what he's on, bro. Do you know what I mean? Get Gyökeres though with this trampoline foot. You know what I mean? Gyökeres. Big up my guy TTM again. Yeah, man said save up the money. Yeah, man, save up the money. Yeah, man. Cause there's another transaction coming soon, bro. It's like a mortgage payment. You know what I mean? Every couple years or every year, certain part of your money comes to me. Do you know what I mean? Big up, yeah. If you want to know how non-Rigo Madueke development will go, review on Basaka's career. Yeah, man, they call him Wing Basaka, innit? Yeah. Yo, big up Torrance, bro. That's the Wing Basaka thing. That's crazy. Maresca done a decent job, but I don't know if you were challenged for the title because you're sporting directors. You got some experienced players with quality, but you need more. I do think we need more. We need a centre back up to Cucurella, a goalkeeper. We already sold Petrovic yesterday. And yeah, man, we need more players. I think Penders is going on loan to Strasbourg. So yeah, we'll see. I do think we need more players, and I think we still go for another attacker, bro. Yes, we got Gittins as well, but I think we also get another left winger. I don't think we're done yet. We're not done yet, bro. Not with these owners and these sporting directors. We're not done yet. Felix is linked to Benfica. And that's dangerous, bro. The only reason I say it's dangerous is because the agent's that Jorge Mendes, whatever his name is, yeah? And he does that one of those things, yeah? I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. That's dangerous. That's how we got Felix in the first place. You know what I mean? He'll be like, you know what? I'll sell your player to Benfica. I'll help you make the sale to Benfica, but then you have to buy this guy for me. You know what I mean? Yeah, move this guy, and then you get in trouble. Yeah, that's how you got Ugarte. Exactly, bro. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, listen, I know that strikers have the instinct. I've played up front, I've played on the wings, I know the difference. And my problem is you can have your instincts and everything, yeah? and he can get there. And that's how Haaland always gets his goals, because he's at the right place, right time. He'll get his goals. He's good on the counter, whatever. His holder plays is good, but it's not like great. But even though he was like, let's say Haaland was, because remember when Haaland came in, at first they had to adjust the whole way of playing, and Haaland was just bagging. But then you start seeing that if they want to play the way they used to play with a striker, now you know why Pep never really got a striker and just got a false nine to just keep everything moving, because it affects the way he plays. Yeah. Now, if my problem with Joker is that, like I said, a lot of people said this counter-attacking and whatever. That's how they play. The only way this will work is probably if Arsenal still play their counter-attacking thing, ultra defensive and run. But then there's another problem there, because he can't be your only runner. So when you're hitting on the counter, yeah, you can't just have him running. Because remember, Saka's hamstrings are not really 100%. So you can't have him running down the wing, yeah? Up and down, yeah? And then you have Martinelli, but then you don't know what his final third thing's like. So how are they going to play? I don't see it. He might be able to sniff some goals in the box, but his numbers are not going to be 50 goals or whatever it is that he has in the Portuguese league. So we'll see what happens. I still think that they need a proven striker. I don't think all the other teams need a proven striker. I thought Gyökeres suited United, but because you guys play more on the transition, and that's when we see the greatest of United in recent times specifically. But I still don't think... I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure about this team. You can sign some young players, but you also need to sign experience with quality. I don't know if your sporting directors will bring in enough experience and quality players. I don't trust the sporting directors. However, they've also shown me times where they've bought players that a lot of us didn't think would work, and then we saw him work. Or like, we were linked to John Duran. The whole fan base had the meltdown saying this guy don't even start for Villa. Or was it Villa? Yeah, he was at Villa. He don't even start for Villa. The season started, we didn't get a striker. He's bagging and we're looking for a striker. They wanted Omorodion. He was bagging, we didn't want him. So they bought João Pedro. A lot of us was thinking, nah, another guy who can't bag. That's what people were saying. He's good on the ball, but he can't bag. That's another Jackson. He comes in, he looks way better. You know what I mean? I like Delap, but a lot of people are saying, oh, Delap, he bought him from Ipswich, was this, but this is what I'm saying. You're right, that Noni isn't a bum, but from Rodrigo to Noni is a downgrade. Look, if you're upset about what your club did, I understand that, innit? I fully understand that, because your club done you dirty. But then again, yeah, I hear it. From Rodrigo to Noni, that's what yeah, okay, cool. Arteta can't be trusted to improve. Out of the last 6 attackers Arteta has bought, 4 of them are Chelsea players. That tells you everything, man. Bro, I think Noni's better than Havertz. Noni's better than Havertz, bro. So I don't think it's as bad as you think. And trust me, when the season starts, you'll see that. So, okay, the difference between Noni and Saka. Saka is more of like a running behind. I see him as like the Salah mold with less finishing ability. Right? They both have high levels of IQ. And I'm not saying Salah's IQ is on the same level as Saka, but they both have a high level of IQ. All Salah does really is he makes the run, he gets the long ball, he runs into space, and then all he has to do is either cut in, cross the ball, or shoot. You know what I mean? He gets the ball and he just carries the ball. He don't dribble, he doesn't beat people and all that. It happens, but not a lot often. He's very direct and he just goes for goal. He gets the goals, very effective. No one would say that he's not effective and all that. You know what I'm saying? I rate him to a certain extent. Saka is similar, because this is the thing people don't understand. This is a robot thing. Because he plays football like a left back that's been put out right wing. He literally plays football like that. Very simple. He shields the ball well because he's a left back. So he already has all the abilities. You see it. He shields the ball well and he just moves it on. Doesn't take much risk. His finishing's good though. Saka's finish is good and his decision making is good. the whole system, with the way they play, is based on that right side. So the way it works is, what's his name? Well, it used to be Ben White, but if it ain't Ben White, it's Timber. Makes that run out wide, and then he takes that defender out for Saka to cut in left. It's not him fully being able to just beat the left back just beat the left back and do his own skill. And no, he needs that overlap and go in. And if he knows he can't make the cut inside run, he'll just make a 1-2 with Odegaard and then run into that space and he gets the ball back from Odegaard. And if he knows he can't make that thing, he'll just pass it out wide to Timber or White. They get themselves into that position by moving the ball. It's more of a system thing. And if you look at the left wing, Martinelli gets no support. Even though he's not even that good, yeah. He barely gets any support, even though he needs more support. So, my thing is, so now when they started seeing, when you tell him, oh, he doesn't have like the flair a winger has, he doesn't look, and oh, you're hating. But then if you look at like a Yamal, you just give him the ball, bro. Wingers, you just give them the ball. The first thing you're thinking of is, I'm trying to get to the byline. Like, I'm trying to get all the way to where the corner flag is. I'm not saying that's how you should be playing, yeah? But, like, you want to beat the fullback. Every time you get the ball, your first thing in your mind is, I need to beat that fullback and go into that space in behind so I can cross the ball to the striker. That's how, like, basic football works. Obviously, now the football's changed and there's way more different ways of playing, inverted wingers and all these kind of things, innit? But that's the thing. Now, Madueke likes to get the ball and always go for his man. He always likes to just go for his man, goes for it. Like, he always goes to beat the man. And this is why he loses the ball a lot. And that's what happens. That's part of the game, losing the ball. But then there's a difference between losing the ball like a Bruno Fernandes, where you just make stupid things and lose the ball. And there's also a time where you have tried something and lost the ball, right? So people need to know the difference between that. It's not always the same. But like I said, that's where I rate the wingers with flair and natural ability and special skills and that higher than just the robots. Because once you remove all the other stuff, that's the play that literally he cuts in and shoots and he just runs into space. And this is why when people, even the Arsenal fans, when they start seeing Yamal, oh my God, look at Yamal. Look what he done. Look what he done. And I'm like, brother, that's what I'm saying. You can't say it. Because remember they were saying when we first saw Yamal and we saw him do some stuff, yo, listen, he's good, you know. He might be better than Saka. Oh, how can he say that? He just started playing football. He just started football, yeah. You just hating on Saka. You guys just hate on Saka. And I'm like, bro, I rate Saka. I think he's a very smart, good footballer. But then there's levels, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? There's levels there. And I think Madueke is just a different profile to Saka. And there's a possibility as a backup, it can work. Do you know what I mean? Maybe if he plays low block, he'll just throw him on, move Saka somewhere else. Maybe move him on the left and then Saka can play on the... Madueke can attack from the right, Saka on the left. Or he can actually go on the left and Saka's on the right. So there could be ways that he can utilize them. But like AJ said, you know what I mean? Like AJ said, for me, he don't trust his attackers around him. I don't see Saka as a winger. The body mechanics seem to get towards that. Exactly. I've said this so many times, bro. So many times. Do you know what I mean? I've played at fullback, I've played at winger, and I've played up front. And I like going up. I didn't really like the contact stuff in it. So I was like, listen, allow all this defending. I want to score goals and that. So I played further forward. I played strikers more like at the end of the last couple of years when I was playing. Because I started realising that certain man just didn't know how to make runs and that. So I would rather just be there. You can cross the ball in and that. And that's after I tore my ligament in my ankle. Or all the ligaments in my ankle. And someone stepped on my foot in it. So he chipped the bone and that. So I was like, listen, when I recovered from that, I was like, let me just play up front. Because then I'd have to do all the running. I'll just run into space. So we'll do that from up front. But when it comes to a winger, you can tell his body mechanics and everything. And this is when the England issue was, as well as like, we can't fit Palmer, Foden and Saka. I used to say, well, if you played Saka at left back or left wing back, if he goes further forward, he can still create or cross the ball in, because remember he can cross the ball really well from the left wing or from that side into the box. He can make those things happen. I trust Saka there more, and he's played there before, and it's his natural position. Then you can play either Foden in the 10 or Palmer in the right, or they can interchange, whichever one's better. And then that you could have played it like that, but no, you can't drop my player. Yeah. Oh, Ian Wright said you have to put Saka at left back or drop him. Oh my God. Anything, bro? You man are too sensitive, bro. It's not even that deep. Do you know what I mean? It's not that deep to me, bro. If you don't want the best for your nation or your club, then it is what it is, bro. There's nothing we can say to you. Well, because he's cooking in the Prem. I'm 50-50 on Eucharist, but I'm not trying to see Havertz up front. But look, that's what I'm saying. This is why I understand why you're going for him, because you have to upgrade on what you have in it. So it is what it is. But I'm thinking about how he would play in the system. So if you're thinking you just ping the ball and he's going to keep you up and that, there's going to be a problem, bro. Maybe because you have no left side, there's no one really on that left side. You can drift that wide and make those runs that he does on the left. But I don't know. 100% the only team I could see Gyökeres being effective is Liverpool and City. He'd be dangerous there still. I can't lie. Amram showed me what to think of that. Bro, the chat's elite, man. The only way Gyökeres will work at Arsenal is to go back to that transitional attacking football instead of playing defensive football. But I don't think Arteta would change his style. Yo, King, he changes his style every year. We don't know, bro. For all you know, you go to watch the Arsenal game one day, and the Arsenal players are facing their own goal. You don't know about this manager, bro. He does things that don't make sense, bro. I said it before. He plays the way you do on FIFA, bro. Ultra defensive. Next season, ultra defensive. So Pep always changes the system, but he changes minor things within the system. The foundation's always the same. Whereas Arteta has always changed big things. Like Pep came up with the inverted left back with Zinchenko. Then he put a right back at left back in, who's that? Put Cancelo, and then he made him invert. And it was like, oh, extra man in midfield. We ain't seen that in a while. Then he done it. I think the treble season he had Stones at right back inverting, centre back in the midfield. That was good on the ball, but then you still have height in the game when you need it. He done the 4 centre backs. There's so much things he's done. When he played Real Madrid, he played Jesus at left wing, KDB up front to catch them out, and then he had Jesus running towards Carvajal to pin him back instead of having him come further forward. But there's no actual system with this Arteta guy, bro. He has one plan A. If that doesn't work, he just directing traffic on the sideline, innit? Doing nothing. Gyökeres reminds me of Watkins. That's why I don't want Watkins, because players like that. Yeah, Watkins is just a guy who waits. You just kick the ball across. But you need to invite the pressure first, so you have all that space in behind. Or he can make like a quick run in, like quick switch while he's making his run, and then he just make sure he timed the ball right and he gets a goal. I don't see Saka. Yeah, I've seen this. I think there's the fact that he cooks every time he gets moved to left wing back for England is proof that he's still attacking fullback. Yeah, I think you can get so much more out of him, specifically for the England team. I think for Arsenal, he's their best right winger right now. But if it's England and you have all these talents, there's players that are better than him attacking wise, bro. I played up front because I got a mad Groves in secondary school, so they kicked the ball up front to me. Yeah, man, you look like one of them toe poke strikers, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like Cisse and them, man, with that hairline. You know what I mean? With the Lescott hairline. As you said, he shoots the ball way better than most natural wingers because he's so sturdy. He gives you the same agility and speed of directional change as him. Yeah, they're just different people. Fact. But this is the thing I'm saying, man. It's like, it's just, but because everyone has an idea of what the player is, and that their club and that club, they love doing this whole thing about he's my favorite player. I need to see him do this and that. It doesn't always work like that. So what should I do next though? Should we do shall we do the lineup for the Chelsea game? Let me see. Lineup build. Let's see. I don't even know what that website's called, bro. Okay, I found it. I agree. Okay. I never used this before, bro. So so many ads, bro. What am I gonna do with this? One sec. I'm gonna put it on the screen now, but let me listen though. Pedro better stop, right? Yeah, yeah, hopefully. You know what I mean? Hopefully. Um where do people okay, amateur. Just choose amateur. Nah, nah, okay. How can I change the formation on this? Okay, okay, I got it, I got it, I got it. Formation would be four. Okay, that's it. I said stop Pedro, am I right? Let me go to there you go. So let's do this then. Goalkeeper, Baldy, innit? Man like Hondo from SWAT. That's what I call him, bro. If you watch SWAT, then you know what I'm talking about. Can you display the player? What's this? Why is it not showing his head top? That's it, okay. Here, James. Best right back, mate. Do you know what I mean? Best right back. My goalkeeper, I never force black praise. My goalkeeper. Listen, yeah, ban this goalkeeper, bro. I'm tired of him, bro. He almost gave me heart attacks, bro. That if listen, if we play no gusto, bro. If you play gusto, you might as well give away the game. I can't lie. As much as I rate him, like as in like old school Gary Neville style fullback that just runs up and down. He's like recently he's been so many mistakes, bro. He's been having so many mistakes, and in this kind of game, you don't wanna mess that up, man. Right centre back, man. I know. Listen, this is gonna be forget right centre back. Yeah, I know this is gonna be Colwill. He removed the black spray. He's been sick, and this guy's gonna be Cucurella. That's it. So man said we need the Reece James in at the midfield. Nah, bro. He'll probably invert. I don't think so. I think he has to. We have that battle with the wing with the fullbacks that keep coming up, and then he also have to track Kvaratskhelia and all that. So I doubt it, man. Do you know what I mean? So now right centre back is where it gets a bit weird. He can either play Tosin, but he ain't got pace, but he's calm, or he plays Chalaba. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is why we need a right centre back, bro. People keep telling me to get a left centre back. We need a right centre back, bro. Do you know what I mean? We need a right centre back. I'll go with what you been saying in the chat. Um, well, if Cole Palmer starts at right wing, does his job quite we're too busy at left back helping Mendes. Yeah. But this is what I'm saying. I didn't get to the attacking people yet. You know what I mean? I didn't get there yet. So, I think what we're gonna do, man. You know what? We'll go here. I think he'll go with Tosin, innit? I think Chalaba and Thingy hasn't really worked. I'll just go with Tosin. You know what I'm saying? If you man think we should change it, I'll change it. But we'll have a look. This is Enzo. Enzo's here. Caicedo's here. Listen, this guy is sick, man. This guy, man. But I thought he got injured. I was fuming. The left wing, I think it's going to be Pedro Neto. I think he's going to play on the left. And then what I would do is we put your guy. Where is he, blood? Pedro. João Pedro. That's it. Put him here. Call. What's this? Man said Coldado. Who's Coldado, bro? Remove. Palmer. And then Rory Delap, mate. Rory Delap. I'm joking. Liam Delap up front. That's what I think that's what I would go for. Do you know what I mean? Pedro can still make his movements up front. Palmer can do his thing, and maybe if he goes in the 10, João can move out, Pedro can move out right. And Neto's doing his thing as well, man. You know what I mean? Neto's doing his thing. And sometimes you'll see Palmer like in the left-hand space, man. It seems to happen a lot recently, depending on what's going on. And if you remember the Benfica game, you had Cucurella going down, and then you had Palmer going down. You had two players just running those channels, and it causing a lot of problems. So the thing that I can really, what's it called, rate about Maresca is that he's very good tactically. So a lot of the times he sees things that go wrong and he changes things, innit? So hopefully that helps us. Listen, no Palmer slanders allowed, bro. Do you know what I mean? I'm not gonna allow any Palmer slander. One sec. Let me get this in. One sec. I can't show the chart on here. I'll do it later. Tosin makes more sense. That's what I was thinking. I think Tosin might make more sense. That pivot might want to put João in the 10 and Delap up front. What do you not like about the pivot, though? Slander, bro. That's slander, bro. You know what I mean? That's slander. You hating TTM, man. What's it called? Yeah, I think Tosin. Yep. Probably the best lineup you can do. You look, the Palmer in the 10 thing, I'm with you in it. But one of the reasons why it happens is because one sec. It's because sometimes our midfielders or even defenders don't take the risk to just pin that ball, take that risk and just pass between the lines. And then instead of him getting the ball and just turning, they end up going wide or do the whole thing. I think from what I read, yeah, let me have a look now, because I've heard a lot of people say that he was back in training, not back in training. So let me double check. I can't recall exactly whether he's there or not. So let me have a quick look. Lavia. There he is. By the way, there's all these people that bro, look at Leo. Some of you might need to see this because this is a sickness, bro. Look at this lineup, bro. Cowell, Tosin, and James in the back three. Caicedo, Santos, Palmer, and Enzo Fernandez in the 2 10s. And then Cucurella and Neto were wingbacks. You know, now, bro, these man just trying to force this kid on the pitch, you know. They want to... I rate Santos, innit? But the manager said that he doesn't feel like he's fully ready to play him in the game, yeah? Unless he needs to. He don't want to rush him. But these people are like, oh, but he done this and that. Play him. They're so excited to watch a kid play. Like, bro, chill. Let the guy come in. You already have midfielders there. It's not like we got two scrubs in midfield, and then, bro, this is crazy, man. Anyway, yeah, that's the best possible lineup. Okay, slander. But I understand where you're coming from when you're doing the whole the Palmer thing, because that was one of my concerns. I think he can do things on the right, but yeah, that Enzo doing up shadow striker and forcing Caicedo to do running for two when he should be free to show his on the ball abilities more. That man can dictate. Facts, yeah. I think he's really good, bro. Like in that position as well. We've seen him on the ball. He's good as well. However, if the manager wants him to run towards the box, bro, like Belaney, then let him do it. If he gets me goals, bro, it is what it is, innit? But this is what I'm saying. You know what? Rest Caicedo and get someone else in. Do you know what I mean? Get someone else in that. Big up AK. Big up the real king as well. Bigging up AK. Kala, you need that Santos next to you. Free Caicedo. Man just like, for Caicedo shackled. You know what I mean? Man said, man, let Caicedo do it. But I hear it. Yeah. Bro, Caicedo's been a steal. Bro, no one talks about 100 million with Caicedo no more. And this is what happens when you're doing your job. Do you know what I mean? When you're doing your job, that's what happens. Now, we also, well, let me see what this is. All my life, if you had the right midfield pairing with him and going, he's going Kante levels. Bro, I think he's better than Kante on the ball. I think he is. On the ball. Off the ball and all the other stuff, Kante was a madman, bro. That engine, man, I've seen him coming from Saudi and going into the France team and looking like old Kante, bro. That's crazy. I think a lot of people didn't really appreciate what Kante was on. Do you know what I mean? What is this? This must be, yeah, that's ball. Okay. This thing about Twitter, man, you'll see something crazy, yeah, and then they'll tell you, oh, it's fake source. They're horrible, those goonies. 5 years in and don't want to trust the process. Yeah, listen, when your assistant manager don't trust the process, your sporting director don't trust the process, you know what I mean? Yeah, the only people that trust in the process are do you know what I mean? Are the players, bro, because they're getting paid. What? I don't even remember what I was looking at. But yeah, we done the lineup builder, so we're chilling there. And yeah, man. Then you have this idiot. Let me show you, man. This. So apparently, the American Chelsea supporters group have been given free tickets for the final. Not sure if it's from FIFA or the club, but what a disgrace and disrespect to all those who've already paid for theirs. Bro, this is my problem, yeah. When we played that team we played recently, the Brazilian team, yeah, Fluminense, there was people moaning about, there was a news thing that came out and said Chelsea are wearing their second kit, their away kit. And people just lost it. Why they wear white away kit? Why we're not playing in the home kit? And I'm like, why are we arguing about what kit we're wearing, bro? The kit is a kit. Are you gonna win to get us in a final? Who cares about the kit? That's the thing about my fan base, man. Always moaning about something, bro. So I'm always moaning about something. And this is why I don't always like. That's why I don't really speak about all the time. You can't always be moaning about things that don't make sense. Yes, are you seeing the MADUEKE slander by top gooners? Yeah, but it's just. It's, I don't know, man. I don't know how to explain it. It's a bit childish, but I get it because they're annoyed because the club told them they're gonna do something they didn't end up doing. I hear it, but they wanna act like he's a complete scrub, yeah. And there's two ways this is gonna go. Either they're gonna back him, he's gonna bang 4 goals or 3 goals in a game like he did against Wolves or something, and they're gonna act like he's never done that at Chelsea, and he's being fixed. Or if you watch Troops when he was in America, he might give him the Willian treatment. Saka will run the ball out of play and they'll blame what's it called? Madueke. If the manager didn't bring on Madueke off the bench, Saka wouldn't have made a mistake over there. That's what they do, bro. Just because they didn't want him there in the first place, so just keep hating on him, even if he didn't make a mistake. That's what they did to Willian. And then when Willian left and went to Fulham, he cooked. What a surprise. But I wouldn't be surprised, yeah, if Arteta went to his ear like this and gave him a comb. I was like, yeah, listen, we're trying to win the Champions League. I'm gonna win the Champions League by next year. Come over here. Then that's why he went. Because otherwise, bro. Because he did that to Willian, bro. He told him we're gonna have a plan of winning the Champions League in 3 years. Or whatever it was. And it never ended up happening. That's what he done to Willian. And then Willian said, you know what, I'm terminating my contract, blood. I'm getting bullied by the fans. Things I ain't done. And then you man keep bottling, bro. I'm always on the bench. I'm leaving. What will be lit is if we get Rodrigo. Because our owners like Rodrigo. Yeah, it's been very highly reported that Iqbali likes Rodrigo and he would be willing to break the wage structure for him. If that happens, then I know Arsenal fans are going to fully lose it. But the worst thing about it, if I'm not looking at it from a Chelsea perspective and I was an Arsenal fan, is that they keep funding us for players. So when they bought Kepa, we were talking to Manyan, and they would have almost paid that 5 million difference or his part of it. They would have paid part of it. And then already you're doomed because you're helping us get a better player. You gave us the money, and now we can, let's say for the Madueke thing, we can go get, if let's say we go for Rodrigo, you gave us quarter of that money already, or half of that money already. This is why the whole thing don't make sense. Big up Rich, man. Hope you're doing well. Arsenal stay having parachute payments for failing Chelsea. You can always bank on them to help you. Big up Elijah. It's nice to see you in the building. Do you know what I mean? Don't always see him in the building, but he's here. If he's not streaming, he's here. Do you know what I mean? Rich 99 Arsenal. Yes, the Chelsea must think it's Christmas every window. You know what? This is like if someone blames you for why you always selling? Why you always selling crack to this guy? Why you always selling crack to this guy? Bro, he keeps calling me. Do you know what I mean? He keeps calling me. If you weren't calling, I wouldn't be selling to you. You know what I mean? So you guys keep coming for our players because you guys were linked to him last season. Right, apparently there was some Madwake Arsenal were interested, and then recently Arteta, when we played him, said, our strikers are Chelsea's attack's one of the best in the league. He was kind of hinting already that he was willing to come, trying to get one of our players. The problem is, really and truly, Arsenal don't really have the pull. They're second in that. I hear that, but they don't have the pull. So the way they're getting the players is by giving them big wages. You get me? Because you're tripling everyone's wages. Everyone, like, listen, I'm not really trying to go through all that, but if you go through the wage bill, it's mad. Their wage bill, let me have a look. Apology. You know what? Might as well, innit? Since we're here. One sec. Now, let's finish this. That's the fun. No, I need to. Oh, look at Nergod. Do you know what I mean? Nergod. They've already updated 25, 26. Okay, this is gonna be fun then. Close this. So these players, yeah. There's no one. Zubamendi's on 75k. I didn't know that. Ethan's on 6. Carl Hines on 10. Skelly's on 40. Okay, that means he's gone up. But they still haven't showed us the Kepa one. But everyone else is from here on. He's on 90 and 100k. Ben White 150. Zinchenko 150. Marino 130. Yeah, this is crazy. Saliba 190. Martinelli 180. Declan Rice 240. Brother, like, if man are coming in, they need to be spending a lot of the money, bro. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Listen, though, I've done an hour. Do you know what I mean? I was going to do more than that, but I think I need to go somewhere. So big up to everyone here. Big up to TTM, The Real King, Elijah. Yeah, bro. It's crazy wages, Elijah, man. Crazy. Do you know what I mean? TTM, AK, all of the man. Do you know what I mean? AJ, BBK. Well, listen, I'll see you guys. I'll probably go live. I'm going to drop my match reaction tomorrow after the game. And yeah, man. Hopefully we win, man. Club World Cup champions. I'm gonna have the gold badge. I'm gonna get the shirt with the gold badge. You know what I mean? We'll see. We're gonna be cooking, mate. We're gonna be cooking. Big up for all of you for being here. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.